Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG. Why am I looking like this afternoon? Anyway, it is a very, very interesting Thursday today. Wherever you're listening to us from, it is 3 p.m. It's past 3 p.m. on Boom Radio NG. We're broadcasting live from Lagos State, Nigeria. So we bid you a warm welcome, and my name is Ola Dilupo. The one and only.
My name is Shola Rogers, and it's always a pleasure to be here. At the Boom Bar, we like to kick back, relax over drinks, and we talk music, sports, politics, and everything in between.
In between. And very, very interesting day today, as there are a few things that we're going to be talking about. Or would I say there are a few major things we're going to be talking about. There are a few things. The President Buhari's visit to Ebonyi, he is landed in Ebonyi today for a 2-day working visit. There's a lot of reactions from it in Ebonyi and generally in the southeast, or would I say southeastern people generally, all over the internet. Also, people want to be president. It looks like the list is getting longer by the day. It is getting longer. And every day I think that I continue to eat my words when I say that APC used that price money, that price to curb a lot of people from buying those things, because more people are buying this 100 million naira. And I saw a story today. I don't know. I hope that we get to it also. Talking about this 100 million naira from, and about there is also a letter that they're supposed to sign as well that is attached to this form. I don't know if you saw it. Some letter of refusal, or I can't remember exactly the word, but I would look for it. And when we get to that part, we definitely will talk about it. More people are buying, more people are declaring, especially at this point on the APC. We know that PDP, I don't think more people are declaring. 17 people have already declared. I don't think there's not been a lot of noise about who has bought or who has not bought in the PDP. But we know that about 17 people have declared to want to be president in the PDP.
19.
Oh, they're now 19.
Two were disqualified. So it's 17.
Oh, yeah, sorry, 17. Yeah, sorry, 2 were disqualified. That's true. So, but for you to actually be screened, it means that you already bought the ticket. Yeah. So
yes,
I'm guessing.
Yes, they're more or less done with this.
So I'm guessing that those people, at least 17 or 19 people, had already bought that ticket. So, but the APC, the 100 million naira ticket, is still being bought as it hot. A lot more people are declaring, a lot more people are buying this ticket. We're definitely going to get to that as well. Also, there's also just about somebody that thinks that Nigeria needs madness for it to be ruled a little bit, and he thinks that he has the right amount of madness to do that. We definitely will be getting to that. If you don't have an idea, just stick around. We'll definitely get to that point, and we'll tell you who the person is. Also, of course, you know that we couldn't forget it. Champions League was Champions League semi-finals was, would I say, very dramatic. It was a very dramatic show. There's been a lot of reactions from it. Even Pep Guardiola of Man City has had something to say about it already. One other person that is trending on social media, especially Twitter, is Yaya Toure, and they're talking about some African curse on Pep Guardiola, whether why he's never really going to get Champions League and all that. So this and a few other things are things that we're definitely going to be talking about or reaching today on the bar. And then, it's basically just gist, politics, sports, entertainment, and everything in between. And it's a bar, so we definitely do that over drinks. So yeah, I bid you a warm welcome again, and let's just get right into it.
All right, let's dive right into it. It's nice to see that a lot of things are happening politically in Nigeria leading up to 2023. And 2023 for Nigeria it's
very critical.
It's a very critical year. A lot of things are going on
hanging
in and
in the
around,
balance.
so we need to at least continue to reiterate these things and bring it to the fore. So our job, is to inform you guys and also banter, with facts and figures. And most times we also do a lot of fact checking and all, and try to balance our stories out. So it just seems lately that the APC has taken the bulk of the headlines.
Yeah.
Because I go back and do a review and I'm saying APC this, APC that. And I'm like, okay. But well, we can't help it. It's what's happening at the moment. The PDP had moved fast enough to screen their own candidates and all of that. So it's about the APC at the moment. But there are other PDP stories and other party stories that will be coming up. The president is definitely in Ebonyi State. And if you're not Nigerian, Ebonyi State is a state in the southeastern part
definitely
of
the heart
the country.
of the southeast. Yeah.
And the current governor David Umahi, is actually also one of the names that have popped up.
Oh yeah, he too wants to be president.
Yeah.
He wants to be president.
He's running to be president. So we say that it's strategic for him to be able to drag the incumbent to his state for a 2-day working
2 days. President Buhari doesn't just do 2 days in everybody's
2-day working visit is interesting. And one of the things that I liked about it is that he actually has things to show, infrastructural and otherwise.
Yes, it does.
So
why not?
I think
if not?
The first official thing that the president Buhari has done was the university.
The university,
was built.
yeah.
Very great reviews I've heard about that structure before the president came through. There are a few people who actually take time out. It's something that I wish we could do, and maybe let's see before the end of the year runs out. They've actually gone round to look at this structure. And people are saying, "Oh man, this is like really good."
Yeah, the King David University of Medical Sciences in Uburu.
Yeah.
And a very interesting thing about that place as well is that earlier the governor had already also come out and said that this project and a few other projects were actually executed through direct labor by the Ebonyi people themselves.
Now that's a beautiful thing, because again, that's them creating
jobs. We know that
jobs.
Unemployment is a major issue in the country and all over the world generally, but talking about Nigeria is really a major issue in Nigeria. So if you're going to get people, especially your own indigenes, to do the job, it's almost like everybody feels they have a stake in this thing. It's a sense of responsibility.
But a note of warning.
Yeah.
The direct labor advantage can easily be messed up in a short time based on the quality of work.
Yeah.
Right around here, there was a direct labor project carried out by, because we live on the border of Lagos and Ogun State, so carried out by Ogun State, and trust me, it was a major road project, 2 or 3 kilometers of interlocking. It didn't even last up to 3 months.
It didn't work.
So right now, for the past couple of years, it's a self-help project by residents. And you start to observe that in other parts of the country too, where direct labor has been deployed. So direct labor should not mean poor and shoddy jobs.
Shoddy jobs, yeah.
And I think that's what Dave Umahi of Ebonyi has been able to prove. That with direct labor, you can actually do top-notch work. There is a standard that the federal government uses for its roads.
Yeah.
And I think all the state governments and local governments should look into that thing and try to attain that standard. That way, you're sure of creating quality roads and stuff. But for the infrastructure and everything, with direct labor, he actually pulled it off.
Yeah,
because
it seems like it's a thing of pride for him, because the president, in his words, says that this is nothing short of excellence.
Yes, you can say that again, especially when you realize that Mr. President went on a similar trip to a neighboring state.
And for the very first time, I'm not sure I've ever heard Mr. President go off like that.
And at some point, he was quoted to have said that if he had known, he
Yeah,
would not
and
have
the
come.
very interesting thing was that I think I remember when this happened, and everybody was like, you would have thought maybe it was political, but I think that the state was even an APC state, so the angle that it was even political was not even there. It was not there. It was just the part that, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And really, let's be honest, not because it's President Buhari, for you to pick up the president has a lot of things to do. So for them to squeeze in even just one day into the president's schedule for you, and then he's coming there and he's not seeing amazing stuff, I'm like, okay, so what am I doing here?
And again, that is actually a good thing, because you see, Nigeria suffers from a lot of backwardness in the area of infrastructural development. We do not have the kind of infrastructure that we need in this country. We don't have it.
You don't.
And when people claim that they built roads, this road is something kilometers, and is this and is that, you tend to understand why we are disappointed when the quality of the road is bad, or quality of the infrastructure that have been put up is bad. So dragging the president to your state, regardless of your party, because I know that a few PDP governors have also gotten
They've gotten the president to
come through, and he's done that. That will make you very, very, very game. Like,
then you're even in the eye of the public. Anywhere the
Everybody's
president
watching.
goes, everybody wants to see it. If you had just done your own thing in your own corner, nobody would hear anything. I'm sure a lot of governors commission things almost on daily basis or weekly basis, but for you to bring the president, it means that whatever it is you want to show, you're not showcasing it just the president. You want to showcase it to the whole country.
Exactly.
That's what it means.
So that is a good thing. There are a couple of projects that.
There's also in the Uburu community. I saw a list of it somewhere. Okay, yeah. The president is supposed to commission the Wike Airport Lounge. There's a 5-kilometer dualized airport road as well that he's supposed to commission. There's a shopping mall. There is a Buhari twin flyover bridge. And a Margaret Umai International Market, amongst other things.
Alright, so why...
Who is Margaret Umai?
Is it named Margaret Umai?
Who is Margaret Umai?
I have always not liked that idea.
Why do we even have to name things by people? Like, new market is a new market.
No, it's fine. You can name it, but I think that honor should be given to people who can be said to have achieved some major things in that state or the country. So I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with you sharing the same name with the person, because I hope it's not his mom or his wife.
I was going to say that too. That it sounds like it's either your wife or your...
That's not a good
because
look.
it's not your personal project. I'm really going to look for who this Margaret Umai person is. Okay.
So for me, I'm thinking, man, why would you name that?
Okay, the remains of late Deaconess Margaret Umai is mother of Ebonyi State Governor.
That's what I'm saying. Except you've built it with your own money and you want to honor your mother. But if you've built it with state funds, let another governor come and honor your mom.
Yeah, who's your mom in there? Which is not a bad thing, because according to what I'm seeing now, the international market has over 8,000 shops. Investors outside the state have already started bringing goods into the state too. It looks like it's a very good project, but my point is, who is Margaret Umai? Like,
I don't know.
Well, if it was, maybe not because she's your mom, if she was the first woman to lead a protest in Ebonyi State. Yeah, I did actually. Who is Margaret Umai?
What did she do
for the state? Yes, it would make sense. Yeah, makes perfect sense. But let's just.
Anyways, I don't like the idea of any politician naming state funded projects after
themselves, yeah.
or members of their family. Just like the stadium in Uyo, the international stadium in Uyo.
Yeah.
They keep the governor that built it, though, that was built during
It's
the
not
stadium.
God's will, Akpabio Stadium.
Why would you say that? It doesn't make any sense. It
doesn't
doesn't make any sense.
Use
your funds.
Use your funds.
Donate it to the state.
Yeah.
But when you use state
funds, it's
if you're going to honor someone, honor the previous governor, honor someone in the history of your state. But
the first governor of Ebonyi State, all those kind of things.
We
the stadium in Abuja is named after MKO Abiola.
Years after.
So let's be.
It was the Abuja International Stadium or the Abuja National
Stadium.
Understand?
Those are the kind of things that we need to just
I like
coming down.
I like the idea of Lagos Salami Stadium.
Yeah.
You get. I like the idea of Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium. Nnamdi Azikiwe
Stadium.
Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja.
Yeah.
You get the airport road. Nnamdi Azikiwe. I like that. I like that idea. But what I don't like is when you build something with state funds and you now name it for yourself.
After yourself, it's
all shades of wrong.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting. We're in Nigeria, so it is what it is.
But kudos to the governor for.
But yeah, looks like on this one, even the president is impressed. Even the president is definitely impressed. But still talking about Ebonyi State, and we know that one of the things that is really bugging or really affecting the southeast is IPOB and ESN, and this is their sit-at-home thing. And there is supposed to be a sit-at-home in Ebonyi for the 2 days that the president is not there. There are a few pictures of people are posted of a few places where places are deserted, and I'm like, why? How is that President Buhari's headache?
And it's even good for security,
everyone should see that, Abi.
For logistics and security.
Anyway,
but on the flip side, there are also pictures of a large turnout of people
coming to another set of people that are very happy that President Buhari is in Ebonyi State are traders, especially broom sellers in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State capital. They have come out to say that they're making brisk businesses and they're literally sold out. Brooms.
That being the image of the party.
Yes.
That's like the main thing.
Because let's be honest with ourselves. Someone that is a trader, that's my mainstay. That's what I'm selling. Please, can the president be coming every month? Like, I'm serious.
So will we say that when there's a major PDP event, umbrellas will sell in large quantities?
Now.
That's not bad.
See, are you sure that it's not time we need to look into this business? Umbrellas and brooms.
Not bad at all.
Really?
Not bad.
Because to someone that has 1,000 brooms in their shop, in maybe a space of 2-3 days, something that are probably going to take them like a month or 2 months to sell, gets to sell it in 2-3 days.
So maybe
bring it on.
If we register our own party now and we make bracelets our logo, we can start selling bracelets.
You're the one that will sell the bracelets.
Yes, now.
After you're the owner of the party, you're the one that will sell the bracelets.
Their party? Are they the ones that got it
registered? That's why you're not a politician.
I'm not a politician.
That's why you're not.
I'm a businessman.
That's why you are not a politician.
All these people are businessmen too. They knew that people would be buying broom and be selling broom, and that's why they went to use image of broom. They knew that people would be buying umbrella, and that's why they are using umbrella. You think I don't know what they are doing? Go and use leopard or tiger as your party logo.
Somebody brought a lion. Remember? Somebody brought a lion.
That poor thing, man.
Oh God, everybody be lying in a few days. And so, do not underrate Nigerians.
Yeah, I'll just underrate
Nigerians.
Pure water party of Nigeria.
Do not underrate Nigerians.
Or bottle water party of Nigeria. Bottle water party of Nigeria.
Do not underrate Nigerians, no matter how difficult what it is that you think
there are other bottle water sellers. What are you sell now?
We're still on this matter.
Jeans party of Nigeria. Everybody wears jeans.
Okay, so
we'll make sure that it's the party jeans that they buy.
What do you mean by party? Still talking about President Buhari being to Ebonyi, yeah? Going to Ebonyi. We've seen pictures of how there's been a large turnout in some places. We've seen how some streets look deserted. Now, there's a very interesting video going about. And this has nothing to do with Ebonyi. This happened in Aba.
Yeah.
Aba is in Abia State. Abia State is in the southeast, but it's not even close to Ebonyi State. So, yesterday, some men with masks had according to reports, about 50 of them went to the market in broad daylight with weapons and all sorts of things, having a parade and announcing that there is a sit-at-home today and tomorrow in Aba because the president is in Ebonyi. Let me say it again for people so that you can follow what I'm saying. Yeah? About 50 people went to Aba, a market in Aba, in Abia State, announcing that there is a sit-at-home today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow is where the president is going to be around, but he's in Ebonyi and not in Abia State. And there's a sit-at-home in Abia State.
What's wrong with that?
For 2 days.
From their perspective, what's wrong? They sent the message from Aba and it will reach the whole part of the world. Okay. We're in Lagos now. We're talking about it.
So I have a question.
What's the question?
This parade that they did, what happened to going to do it in Ebonyi? Wouldn't it have gained more ground? And
maybe
like,
they have plans.
That would be like serious show of force. Like, this is our territory. You can get there. You can touch it. You know that kind of thing.
Are you sure that they still won't organize one in Ebonyi State?
When?
No, I'm just saying. Are you sure they won't?
Not that we know of
You're
yet.
very sure.
Not that we know of yet.
Okay, so if you are sure, then no problem. Me, I'm not sure, because the way things are. But you see, I'm actually worried because at some point we play, but when it's time to be real, we're real. I'm worried at how during a full market day in broad daylight, you have people wearing masks and carrying weapons and chanting all sorts of incantations and things. Then you now have them, declaring a sit-at-home for 2 days because the president. Again, the first thing is you doing that alone. It says that you actually recognize that the president is there. But I thought you said he's not your president.
He's not your president, so you should just go about your day.
Go about your
So
that's you endorsing the president. That's 1. 2. Every time there's a sit-at-home order in the southeast, money is being lost.
Oh, I know that last
year people are losing income.
The governor of who's this? Anambra State, the former CBN governor, had put out a report. When I saw it, then I now actually went back to read what he said earlier, which he said last year, that every day there's a sit-at-home in the southeast. The southeast loses about 19.1 billion.
I'm not sure about 19.1 billion, but they're losing a lot of money.
No, that's according to him.
But according to me, I'm not saying
so
it's not possible, but it's billion daily. So if you're saying that, multiply 19.1 by every working day in the east, and that's what they generate from the southeast, then that region should be way better than it is now.
And whether that is the number or not, I still don't understand how sitting at home in Ebonyi or Abia or how whatever it is affects President Muhammadu Buhari. For the life of me, we know for a fact that the sit at home, yes, we know that federal government in itself literally funds states, not the other way around, which we know that in, would I say, Sena climes, it should be better. Sorry, Bukola Medubi says Lion is better.
Lion Party of Nigeria.
Lion Party of Nigeria.
I'll be the party chairman, the president, the secretary.
The secretary, only you. Oh,
Yes.
wow. Anyway,
I will allow you contest for senator,
you allow me.
but you pay 500
Okay.
million.
I have a question. Whoever said I wanted to join your party?
You don't have choice now.
Why?
Even this Bukola Medibi doesn't have choice. Everybody will join my party.
There's freedom of choice. So freedom of association.
Not in this party.
Freedom of
In
association.
this party,
I don't want to associate.
everybody associate by force, by fire.
I don't want to associate with you.
Look at
It's
you.
not by force.
Look at you.
It's not by force.
Okay, I'm just saying my own.
There's freedom of association in Nigeria.
These people can use broom to deceive you. They use umbrella. Me, I'm not bringing lion that will protect you. Lion. And you are telling me
I'm
all
good.
this.
I'm good. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Everybody will join Lion Party of Nigeria.
Lion Party of Nigeria. You will see how evil sounds.
Yes, now.
Lion
No
Party.
more lying. The Lion Party is here.
Oh my God. We're moving on from that. You're making me lose my train of thought. So basically, what I was saying before that was that.
About joining the Lion Party?
How is it that having a seat at home, like I said, the federal government funds the state governments?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. So where we really, really sit down and look at it, and we also know that even when it came to the issue of IGR and all that, and then we saw that the federal government makes a lot more than even the state government.
Way more.
Way more. So it really still goes back to the fact that federal government funds the states. So when you really think about it, you're not affecting the federal government, you're actually hurting yourself. You're hurting your economy, you're hurting, because, okay, let's take it from the angle of foreign direct investment. Mm-hmm. I have a company. Let's say I have a farm. I want to set up a farm. And I know that, talking about, take for example, the soil in the southeast is very, very different. A lot of things don't grow there, but as much as we don't like it, there's some things that will probably thrive better in those places. Mm-hmm. So I have a business idea. I want to grow a particular thing. I don't know what is yet, but after doing my feasibility studies and all, it comes to show that the soil in the southeast is the best for what it is that I want to do. Yeah? But how does it make so much sense for me to now carry my business to the southeast? In a state that, take this week for example, Monday and Tuesday, which we are going to get to that. Another state there's public holiday tomorrow in another state. I can't remember where the state is. I'm going to go and look for it. And I'm like, after 2 days of public holiday, Monday and Tuesday, then there's now same Abia state again. So let me give you same Abia state. Monday and Tuesday there's national public holiday. Yesterday they went to work, Abi. Did they? Okay, they went to work yesterday. So tomorrow is official. It's another public holiday.
2 days, just 2 days now.
Okay, it's today and tomorrow. Today they are not at work because there's a sit at home today. Tomorrow there's public holiday. So out of 5 working days, 4 days is already redundant with all sorts of things added to sit at home. And after 4 days now, by the time it gets to Monday morning, now there's another sit at home on Monday morning.
The normal one.
The normal one that they do, yeah? So what sense does it make for me to bring my investment to the southeast if I can't get productivity? Just look for land in the southwest or even in the north where there's an expanse of land, and let me make maybe like a greenhouse or something.
And in addition to that, what about even the indigenous farmers?
Yeah.
The indigenous traders, the students, the traders, just the regular people on the street who basically live from hand to mouth, or they end their the daily survival, from sales or from whatever they do on a daily. It's a daily income.
I think that
Nigeria is driven majorly by that, and
they're not thinking this thing through at all.
Every time, I don't get it, guys. Let's be fair on all these people. I don't know. Let's just be fair on people who need to survive, though. Because again, a lot of people asking for these things, they don't even live in Nigeria.
They don't. That's the thing. Like a lot of people, and the ones that I hear, which I feel should fight against it. It's sad because now talking about a little bit of reports. Now, residents of major cities in the southeast have today defied the sit-at-home order issued by the unknown gunmen terrorizing the region. The gunmen are taking over some towns in Abia, Imo, and Anambra states where they declared the sit-at-home. But looks like, for example, now, according to a report, it said the resident in Enugu said that social and economic activities are going on and nothing like sit-at-home order here. Are they expecting us to kill our business because of Buhari's visit?
That's exactly what we're saying.
See, it makes no sense.
So these are the people who are affected, and you can see that they are reacting.
Yeah,
now.
So still talking again, for talking to another person in Owerri, that's in Imo State, another state. Someone says Owerri is busy today. Though there's an uneasy calm earlier, people have moved on. The town is busy.
And that's the way it should be.
We can't continue like that. I think that until people really take the bull by the horn, that really. And another question that I have with the video that is going all over is that how is it that people could not even just that, not clapping, no, the fact that you can be so brave, so brazen to come with weapons and all sorts of things in broad daylight.
Yes, and they were masked. They had guns.
I think it was a perfect place for the police to round people up.
Where were the police?
That's my point. Like, okay, what are we doing?
Tax force and the military.
What exactly are we doing? I think that was a perfect place to round people up.
You won't blame people who observe this sit-at-homes, even against their will. Because who's going to protect them?
I think it was.
Who is going to protect them?
It's not a very good look on
the part that also irks me is how some people are urging these guys on.
Yeah.
If you look at the bigger picture, guys, you need to be careful when you encourage this kind of behavior. It might come back to bite you in the behind.
It is biting them in the
very
behind.
Dangerous.
It is biting people in the behind already.
To be chained on known gunmen. Somebody in that video, the video is trending all over. In that video, one guy was shouting, "Unknown gunmen, unknown gunmen." You know, so you're already agree that that's like a moniker now. That's like an identity, unknown gunmen. We know that it's going to be one of these two major groups, though.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's all good.
It's a very very sad thing. Still talking about a few things before we move on. I just saw something that popped up. I think I'd seen that thing earlier in the day, and I was still talking about violence. It's something that I think that needs to be addressed. So in Lagos State, which I'm not so shocked because it is Lagos. It's I won't say it can only happen in Lagos, but when I saw this, I didn't know where it happened at first, but I just assumed it was going to be Lagos. And what happened is that there's a guy who's supposed to be a crossdresser was badly attacked and beaten, and his clothes were torn off him and left him with injuries with no footwear at a motor park in Lagos. It says that area boys who felt irritated by his visible feminine attributes actually beat him up.
I know that the Senate is talking about passing a law about against cross-dressing and all of this, but let's start from the human angle.
Yeah.
The guy did not come to solicit
funds from you. He's not standing on your head.
Sex or anything from you.
Nothing.
The guy is just doing him.
He's just doing him.
Let's be straight up here. Like we keep papering over these things, but let's get real. He's a cross-dresser. Okay, we get it. But who made you the judge?
Mm-hmm.
Who gave you the
You know,
power
it's the
to
violence.
brutalize
It's the violence for me
another
that
human being?
that I don't get. It's the violence I don't get because, to be honest with you, you don't have to like the person. You don't have to. You don't. But how is comfortable? We're comfortable with hitting someone else.
Who gave you the power to attack people?
Do you understand? Even if, let's even assume tomorrow the Senate says is wrong. Even someone that kills, they tell you that let justice take its course.
They must have their day in court.
Have the day in court.
They must be able to
even
defend
if they're
themselves.
going to arrest
And
him.
you must prove beyond reasonable doubt that this person has
committed a crime. I don't know why we're so violent towards ourselves. I actually watched the video. There was a video. He had a burst sleep. It was I'm like, nah. And I think is worse. I don't want to make this thing a gender thing, but it's worse because on the males, because it's more visible when you see a male that is a little effeminate or is trying to be effeminate. When you see a girl that tries to dress like a guy, all we say is that she's a tomboy.
Yeah.
So we don't see a lot of those things with the guys, so you automatically think
It's
he's
a crazy, unbalanced world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because if you take a look at it based on what you pointed out, it's true. Even growing up, you would never find a guy wear a skirt. The skirt is solely for women. At least in our own part of the world. But there were girls who could wear trousers. And it's okay. I'm not saying that people should go around dressing one way or the other. I'm just saying it was natural for you to say, natural in quotes now, for a girl to be able to wear trouser and skirts.
Yeah.
But boys must wear solely trousers.
As much as we try to push the narrative towards the feminine folk, I think that when it comes to things like this, the masculine folk are not it's not fair on them.
There's a fashion trend that you notice in the last 3-4 years. Women are actually sewing agbada.
Yeah.
And they're wearing it.
Yeah.
And trust me.
And they're rocking it.
Trust me, excuse me, they're slaying. Like, they're looking, I can't say what I want to say, bad, pink, you know? They're looking like, damn, she looks good.
Yeah, you see Buban Shokoto in Dashiki. You're good.
If
you're
they
looking
born
good.
Any man, well,
wear skirt and blouse.
Wear boo now. Wear skirt and blouse. Wear fish.
What's fish? What
that
is
thing
fish?
that you people sew now? Yeah, you call it
What
fish.
is
That
fish?
skirt that you people call fish.
Nobody calls that fish anymore. Don't say that.
They were calling it fish one time, Sha.
Don't say that again.
Excuse you. Wear fish. Wear this tank top and whatever. Go out.
Yeah, that's it. I think that we're actually also not
again.
Just be tolerant. See,
Yeah.
you just be tolerant
You
towards
have
the
to
next
be.
person. Because the part I honestly don't get is the fact that, okay, you don't like how this person is dressed. When we really break it down, how does it affect your lifespan? It doesn't. As long as
your income,
it doesn't affect your income, doesn't affect anything. So just ignore. Like, that's the least you could do. Just ignore. But beating up somebody else just because of the way they're dressed, I think is completely inhuman. I think is unfair. I think is wicked. And if it's possible, people need to be arrested because you're just being violent.
Yeah,
There's no explanation.
So who gave you the power to?
You're just being violent.
To
really.
violate
You
people.
take laws into your
I
own
feel
hands.
for the cross-dresser guy.
Yes, I do. I actually do.
We'll look into it. And I don't know if there's anything we can do, but it's not fair, guys. Let's be fair to all.
Yeah, that's it. So, moving on from that, we're going now to people that have bought tickets, people that are buying tickets, people that are still going to buy tickets. You know, we're really talking about the APC's nomination forms. We talked about how the PDP seems to have been done with that part of their own events leading up to the elections. So it's the APC in the news a lot now. Yesterday we talked about a few people that have declared for presidency. Yesterday we talked about the governor of Ekiti State, Governor Fayemi, and how the former governor of Ogun State was at his event. Now, today, this former governor, Ibikunle Amosun of Ogun State, had declared today in the same Abuja, and Governor Fayemi was also at the event. I'm like, okay.
There's a lot of things to enjoy and savor at the moment.
Yes, it's a very interesting
It depends on how you look at life. Now, if you don't like these guys, you can't stand anything they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fair. It's your opinion. But if you're like me, that can look at them, look at everybody, take it in and analyze. And just take it in. So, a few days ago, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Rotimi Amechi, who are both from the same party and both gunning for the presidential flag of the party, were at a wing of the airport. I think the private jet wing or something. There's something like that, some VIP section thing. And they were there having this discussion in public.
And I think it's time that people need to realize that life is not so hard. Don't let these people don't take life as hard as you, the followers.
In Kaduna State, there are two aides of the current governor who are gunning for governorship. And they're hosting each other during Salah, during Ramadan, and even the Salah. These guys are talking. And they're tweeting pictures of each other saying, oh, I went to see this person and all. They're both gunning for the same thing. I think we need to start getting to that level of maturity where you realize that this person has a right to contest. I have a right to contest. And if I'm good enough, if I'm strong enough, I will defeat him. And I do not need to fight him. I do not need to put him down or talk negative about him. And that's the sad part. So, back to the matter. It's interesting when you see things like, okay, for instance, the former governor of Edo State and former party chairman, Adams Oshiomhole,
he too wants to be governor.
Was at the declaration of Rotimi Amechi.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was at the declaration of Rotimi Amechi, and what has happened is that a few weeks after, he has now declared that he wants to be president also.
As well.
We heard he was going to Senate. There was already a lot of talk about him going to Senate. But now it says
he has made they're always making consultations, and his party people have,
He says his feet is smart, and of course, so he's going to run. So you see that yesterday, Ibikunle Amosun was at the declaration of
Kayode
Fayemi, who actually had this very well-organized event in Abuja yesterday. I'm like, I didn't expect anything less from Kayode Fayemi. Although I think he's not going to be president of Nigeria anytime soon. My opinion, I stand by it. And even the Amosu that we're talking about at the moment. But you see, it's politics. And
there are a lot of them, and it's just only one going to. It's just going to be one flag bearer.
And it's funny how that happens. So, again, I will not take him serious until he buys the form. And talking about buying forms, at least 2 people bought form today.
2 people have bought form.
Their market is selling. It's like.
And you are sure that you will not join ESCOs of this party soon? No, it doesn't have to be now. We'll be projecting towards, because it's 100 million now.
I know.
Do you know how much it will be in 4 years?
But the money is not coming to our pockets now.
But at least we'll share out of it.
How?
As ESCO now.
There's BVN now. The money is going to the party's pockets.
But you
if it was before this BVN.
No, they used to collect salary.
It's riba that you are looking for now. You are looking for riba.
Okay.
You're looking for kickback.
I hear you.
And we don't want that anymore.
Okay, I hear you.
It's too late.
You don't want it anymore.
We don't.
Okay, I hear you. Anyway, the amount of people that are buying APC's presidential, and one person, I won't lie, surprised me today. One person that bought the ticket is Vice President Yemi Osibajo. Had purchased his ticket today. Not surprising, actually. He's Vice President, I remember even in his, I think the first term of him being Vice President, when there was declaration of, the man is actually a rich man. he's pretty much like
That's
a
the
billionaire, the vice president.
The vice president.
Yeah, I think he wasn't doing badly then. So when this whole issue of came out and with 100 million, I'm sure he's one of the few people that will comfortably be able to pay those things. I didn't even think. And then you remember we had conversations about there's some people that will not spend 1 naira. Do you understand? So yeah, it's not surprising. Another person that I thought was in another party, because I'm still a little confused. I thought it was in another party because I know he was floating a party at some point and saying they were part of a third force. By the way, where's the third force that he said? Remember with the former INEC chairman and Pat Tommy, and they were talking about a third force.
They're working on it.
By now,
according
to INEC, they should have a candidate by now.
Don't worry. They're working on it. The third force is working hard.
They're
working very hard.
When is they go?
Just don't rush. Stay focused. Talk about the person you want to talk about.
He's still part of it.
Just talk about the person.
This person is part of third force, so supposed to be part of third force. But it looks like this person has moved ship. He has jumped ship so early in the third force conversation. As in the person of Pastor Tunde Bakare, who used to be President Buhari's running mate at some point. I think it was 2011. He was his running mate at some point. He left. He had a lot of things. He has had a lot of things to say about President Buhari. But I knew something was coming up. Remember when it was APC's convention, when he was spotted there, and I was only, is this man back in the APC? It's like when they want to move back.
Was he ever in the APC?
Yes. Okay, it wasn't the APC. They didn't contest under the APC. I think it was CPC or something that he contested at that point. So yeah, very true. But you know, it was like he always had a lot of things to say about President Buhari. Like the past almost 8 years. He's been very vocal. And it's funny how you hear them when they're in like opposition, they're very vocal. Then when they want to move back, align with some people, they just move back like snakes, very slippery. You don't hear anything, and then you're like, when did you move back?
In the case of Tunde Bakare, I like to differ. It's actually been very consistent with the things he has done, with the way he has done it, and
he has not been consistent with party.
I think rather than criticize him,
remember he had a party as church members joined.
I think rather than criticize Tunde Bakare, we need to praise and encourage him and other people who believe so much in themselves and what they can offer to throw their heart into the ring. A few months ago, he was actually talking publicly about Bola Tinubu, and he was saying, why should you people criticize him that much? You know, he was pointing out some very strong things about Bola Tinubu, and I'm like, yeah, you saw the video too.
I did. So my point with what you said,
as at that time, he probably didn't plan to contest.
But he has now done a lot of consultation.
People, he probably didn't even need to do any consultation. He might have a conviction. You never can tell. But for me, I am not going to say, why should anybody not contest? I just say what I feel will happen. Like, I feel, based on the way the Nigerian political system is structured, a lot of the people picking these forms are not going anywhere. I think so too. One of the things that they are doing is their own quota to develop their party. Exactly. Donating 100 million.
Yes, I agree.
Minimum.
At this point,
another thing that they are doing is to position themselves for political appointments. That I have delegates from 3 states. This will give you a total of.
So they're using it as a bargaining chip.
Oh, look, for instance, if there are 1,500 plus delegates in the Southwest, and one of these guys has 2 states, and those 2 states, maybe he has 250, that's 500 delegates.
That's 500 already.
So on the floor of the primaries, he tells you, I can deliver Ekiti and Ondo to you. I'm just using it as an example. Example. I will deliver Ekiti and Ondo to you. What you got? It's not a matter of giving me back my 100 million. What is this worth to you?
To you?
So you're like, okay, you know what? The delegates will give them X amount for their transportation, and their feeding and accommodation. Multiply that by the number of delegates. Then we know you've spent a lot of money on your campaign. So here's 1 billion naira. So everybody that's shouting, why is somebody buying from 100 million? Don't say it again,
Don't say it again.
Because the guy has invested 100 million, done small campaign, spent everything like 150 million. They will now be begging him with like 1 billion. Think about it.
You don't think it's time to join politics?
I just have the sense. Let me stay in the back. The people that have the mind, let them do it. We'll give them idea. But you just think about it.
But those ideas need to make money.
But think about it now. By the time somebody is telling a delegate
it's a
now,
serious business. Business.
He will tell. Maybe you will look at one of the guys from the South. Look, I know you have only 2 states in the South. I can give you 2 states in the Southwest. What you got for me? The guy will say, I have access to. I'll give you 1.5 billion. He said, okay, no problem. He comes to another guy in the Southwest and say, look, that guy has offered me 1.5. Can you do better? Or should I go with him? The person will now say, you know what? I'll give you 1.8. At the end of the day, maybe one of these guys will be making like 2 billion.
Okay.
You people know that it's quick investment. It's like Bitcoin. It's like NFT. It's like what's that thing again? Forex. It's investment though. Most of these people that you are seeing that are buying on them, don't abuse them again. Don't talk down.
It's a business venture.
Some of them know what they are doing. The others are positioning themselves for their personal gain. Like, if I'm in a party and nobody's talking about me, nobody's going to give me any appointment or anything. And I think I can use 100 million to boost myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm here. You guys are not talking about me. Oh, he's a presidential candidate. Let's give him essay on something. He will take it. Look at you. He will take it. What else do you want? I want appointment for 4 of my guys. Done. Ambassadorial position. Done. It's politics now. Politics is about horse trading. It's about give and take. Yeah. It's about what you got, what you bringing. So, you might in your own world criticize and say,
joking, yeah?
It's fine. But trust me, for
people already have plans.
Every single guy that went to the PDP secretariat in Abuja and picked up that 40 million naira form, and for every guy that went to the APC secretariat in Abuja and picked up the 100 million naira form, they know what they are doing.
They have a plan.
It's not just clear to you. But trust me,
it will be clear soon. We all be here.
Some of those people are buying those forms on one of the top people. Like, some of these rich guys, okay, you buy form, take. Sure you get. Let's create that.
Yeah.
Again, what if something happens legally to your main guy? You want your own person there now. There,
just so
it's all part of it is still politics.
Just to cover all the grounds. Wow. Very, 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 very true, Sha. Very true. I'm still talking about politics and this presidential elections that is going to happen. The governor of Rivers State, which we also know that he's also a presidential aspirant on the platform of the People's Democratic PDP, has said that that President Buhari has thrown the country into madness, but that he's the one that has the will and the ability to cure that madness. That's the one that has enough madness in him to cure the madness.
Governor Wike of Rivers State is a very interesting person.
Oh, yeah.
And
you can't take it away from him.
He is not afraid to say anything he wants to say. I was watching an interview that he granted on Channels TV a few days ago, and he was talking about his journey, how he contested to be chairman of a local government, and he was charged for murder and armed robbery in the process.
Oh, wow.
And he was arrested, then he went to court, and eventually went as far as the Supreme Court to get his mandate.
Oh, wow.
Then, of course, he became chief of staff at some point in time. Then he became a federal minister. Then he became the governor. And he said he's never really had it easy.
Oh, he was a minister?
Yes, he was. He was a minister under Goodluck Jonathan.
Oh, never heard him until he became governor. Oh, wow.
I remember that time very well. So the thing about it is, he has talked about the things that he has gone through and how difficult things are. So at times you don't understand where he's coming from when he talks. You think he's uncouth or he's brash. Yeah, that's your assessment. But he feels that he has the
what it takes,
solution.
and really, I think
And
everybody should.
it has actually worked for him so far. You get. However, will it work this time around in the PDP's presidential primaries?
Yeah, because it's one thing to first scale. That's one thing they need to scale through.
Most
is
of
that
the
primaries.
people he is contesting against are his friends. They are his colleagues, and there are people who he had also supported in the past. You get.
It's obvious that the same thing that's happening in the PDP is happening in the APC. There's a lot of people, and it's the same set of people that all jostling for the same position.
Yep. So we must understand that it's all politics at the end of the day. But he is not talking about the proverbial or the crazy madman on the street.
Yeah.
He's just saying that he's got what it takes to go crazy if he has to.
Yeah,
to rule the
put
country.
Nigeria into
But picture President Wike in charge of Nigeria, like when he's addressing the crowd, he likes to talk. I have a friend on Twitter they've nicknamed him school teacher. And
he always has something to say. He always just
that's
has
not
something
just
to
it. It's not just because he has something
Why?
to say. Because when he's saying it, he says, anytime let me just try to mimic him now. If they say they want to give you something, will you take it? He's asking questions. Do you get?
like primary school.
That's how a teacher talks. Then not only that, and he says something and he wants you to finish the statement. If I'm going to come here, I will bring my band and we will dance or we will jump. Everybody will just finish it. Are we going to do this thing? We will do it.
That's Governor
So
Wike.
a couple of people like to call him school teacher and all of that. But he's done his bit in the area of infrastructural development and other things. And it will be interesting